23, 24, 25, 26,
27, 28,
29,
31,
33,
34,
35,
36,
37,
38.
39, 40, 41, 42,
43. Let's roll. Back.
Sometimes we select a theme and then we discuss what location can be choose to best explore the theme. We take suggestions from students as long as we feel like it's something that relates to the African American or the African diasporic experience. We want the max, we want them to learn, but we also want them to be engaged and excited about the topic and the destination.
This is my first Black Cultural Center research tour. I've been really excited to go on other tours, and since this directly aligns with some of my personal interests, I decided to hop on, so I'm a newbie, so to speak.
Goal of the research trips is to give a multi-sensory experience of that theme, and then to come back and be able to put together a show that will teach the Lafayette community and the campus community about what we learned.
This is my second research tour. The first one was last year. We studied hip hop. So we went to New York and stayed in Harlem. We got to meet some of the most influential people in hip hop, which is an experience that you couldn't really get anywhere else if you hadn't gone on the tour.
Primarily, I wanted to get knowledge. A lot of the topics as it relates to Black identity and Black culture are not taught elaborately in the school systems, and so most of us have to go on a quest for knowledge on our own.
Experiences teach, and giving them this kind of experience shows that builds them confidence in learning something. They can even intersect this with their own discipline that they're studying, whether it's history, whether it's engineering. A lot of times they are able to find relationships.
The research tours are extremely beneficial, I think, for the collective of the Black Cultural Center.
I'm an international student here, so I wanted to learn more about African American culture, and the whole movement was kind of new for me.
If you have a slight interest, and I say even very slight interest in going on a research tour, go. Because it will allow you to be able to interact with scholars, artists.
The degree to which the history that I've been reading about and that I've been familiarizing myself with, the degree to which that has become real, I think was probably the most satisfying element of this trip, because it's rare that can happen.
It's very overwhelming to be able to engage with individuals who are actually part of the movement. It's very different than just sitting and reading about it on a textbook, because I've done that for years.
Hearing the women from the Black Panther Party and just to see them in such a strong role really affected me.
I was expecting to walk in and there's going to be 4 men there, because every time we see something, well, every time I saw something about the Black Panther movement, it was always a Stokely Carmichael or Fred Hampton.
You know, it's real. It's not somebody that I read about in a book. It's somebody that is tangible, that I can actually go up to them and hug them and touch them and ask them, well, how did you feel?
And to see them sitting there, and not only did they have roles, but they still speak passionately to this day about what they did and what the plans are and what they were and what they're going to do in the future.
It always surprises me just how much the actual trip impacts them, how the light bulb goes off, even in some most unexpected moments.
I would encourage other people to just go, to just see what happens on the trip. You never know if the people that you connect with may be your lifelong friends.
I would beg anybody, whether it be Black Power movement, whether it be anything that we're doing, to come out to the tour and to be able to experience with your own eyes, to touch it with your own senses, to hear it, to taste it, to smell it.
So first, I just want to kind of talk about what we're going to do today and the way we go about transcribing historical figures into dance movements.
Okay, so I was Malcolm X, which was difficult because I was playing a male role and I'm not a male. So that forced me to tap into a level or a sense of self that I'd never really tapped into before.
So let's start just by taking a deep breath, closing your eyes. Don't fall asleep on me. Closing your eyes. If you need them open, keep them open.
Okay.
And breathe out. Breathe in. Let's try cool blue. Tense up your feet. And once you release that breath, I want you to release them. Release.
I think that the instructions that the Mr. Booker was giving us was helping us to guide us to where we were supposed to go.
Deep, rich breaths. Make them dark, dark breaths. Move around the room. Doesn't matter what direction, you're on your own journey. Be mindful, there's other people in the room, but just stay in your own realm. Really enjoy yourself with it. Take it high. Now, sticking with that idea of being abstract, I encourage you to just move. It doesn't have to make sense to me. It doesn't have to make sense to you. Just move.
It was intense because we had to put a lot of inflection into what we were doing. We had to have a lot of expression.
Now tell them, but you can't tell them. You gotta tell them with your movements. You can only tell them with sound.
And everybody was open, and everybody was willing to at least try and be receptive, and it's like we all needed each other.
Within that workshop, it forced us to, again, be vulnerable, but in the sense of that tapping into that vulnerability was going to allow us to mature in some even small way that was going to be helpful for us in the future.
It helped me to realize how people struggled here and how they had to be together to overcome it.
I think one of my colleagues said it best. He said, you know, this is the first time that he had seen us allow us to shut off who we thought we were, who we were presenting ourselves to be, and we were allowing ourselves to be vulnerable so that we were able to embrace one another for what we really are and who we really are.